which direction now is this conflict headed in? Do you see it escalating further, or do you see it reaching now slowly to a conclusion?
So I think there are two perspectives to this. So if we believe the Ukrainian side, where they've basically said that we've done all of this without the US intelligence, knowledge, which is believable given the showdown that happened in the United States between JD Vance, Trump, and Zelenskyy. What the Ukrainians are basically trying to extract as a consequence is they feel that they're not part of the entire peace process, because the US contention is that you do not have any cards to play, and as a consequence, let us make the deal for you. And what the Ukrainians also feel is that they are not only losing, military prowess to Russia, but they're also losing ground to Russia. So the ground being Crimea, of course, in the grand scheme of things. But what they're mainly losing in the entire scheme is also their self-confidence as a nation. So which is what Zelenskyy is essentially trying to rally the troops around. So you have to understand that the people of Ukraine, if you speak to an average Ukrainian living in the West, living in the United Kingdom, Germany, etc., they are actually now pro-Zelenskyy much more than they were, a few years back. Because when the peace deal started, the Ukrainians demanded for a ceasefire, at least until the peace deal was being discussed. Given that Russia is being constantly hitting Ukraine, even till a few days ago, the city of Zaporizhia was basically hit. They are more or less now rallying behind Zelenskyy, which is not a good sign from a peace perspective. So basically, the Ukrainian people are now also saying that probably the war is the only solution. And now given the fact that you've hit Russia so deep, 4,000 kilometers deep into the Siberian air bases. The Ukrainian narrative being that they've taken up 1/3 of the air power of the Russians. We don't know the right numbers. Our Russian colleagues have said that it's only 6 aircraft,
Yes.
whereas the Ukrainian and the Western media are saying it's about 40. So we don't know what the real numbers are. But all in all, I don't see this dying down. The peace deals, the peace talks are going on as we speak in Turkey. We don't know what the details of those peace talks are.
Right.
But from a Russian perspective, I don't think they're going to hold back anymore.
All right. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us. We've run out of time. Let's slip into a very short break.